Well, guys, this is Texan Whale. We got Bronze online with us. This is BRB Podcast with, we got a special guest tonight there, Bronze. We got Russell Armand with Saitama. Man, Saitama Group
Russell,
has been killing it. They are absolutely destroying it. You take a look at the
yes,
past week; they are up 6.5%. Have you seen that? That's 6.5% actually for the day. For the week, they're up 30%. Um,
30.
man, you take
Bullish.
a look. Bullish, man. That thing is going to the moon. You take a look at the past 2 weeks; they are up 76.8%, almost 77% in a 2 week time. That is bullish. It's very bullish. Boom.
Shout
You
out to
know,
Lil Vera.
yeah. Yeah, they are on fire. That is absolutely right. You take a look at their ecosystem. They got the swap. They got pay. They got NFT. They got education. They are all over the place. Realty. They and they are ready to rock and roll. So Russell will be joining us in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and kick us off. Bronze, how's your week been going?
It's doing all right. Um, yeah, little changes in life. Got a new position sort of this week, and yeah, just getting acclimated.
New position
But
isn't the only thing you do crypto.
yeah, that's half my life.
Hmm. No
Yes,
doubt.
BRB is still BRB all day for me. It's just
All
to
day, every
pay
day,
the
all
bills.
day, all night. Who needs sleep? I don't know about you,
Well,
but
yeah, I
just
wish.
watching those charts all night long. I mean, it's been current state of the union. I mean, it has been awesome to kind of see crypto turn around a little bit. Uh,
Yeah.
you think it'll last, or
Hmm. Uh, yeah. Well, a lot of people think there's it's gonna be a little fake out here and there, but at least we get to see some motivation, some light. I'm bullish either way. Like my motto is I am bullish in the bear market. When it's the bear market, that's when you build, that's when you accumulate, and when it's the bull market, you reap the rewards. So
yeah,
that's where
yeah,
the millionaires are in the bear market. So that's why I am bullish.
man. That is intense. So, are you the next millionaire? Are you the next billionaire?
Uh,
Or,
oof, hopefully a millionaire at least.
well,
Hopefully a
yeah, I think most
millionaire.
of us will settle for that. You know,
Yeah.
uh, but I think that overall, yeah, it's been a good week for most projects. Um, Seems like the market all over the place today. It's a little bit red, a little bit green, depending on what you're in. But overall, Saitama itself is killing it. They got a strong future, and I'm sure that they're going to kind of bring the future to crypto and kind of bring it to its knees.
Right.
So
I'm hopefully when Russell comes on board, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Wolfcaster games because I'm a gamer at heart. Yeah, so I believe in NFT gamings, and I think that's another way of earning passive income. And I'm ready. I just know that as time goes on, it's gonna catch up to the traditional gaming, and traditional gaming is huge, right? It's a huge industry, and yeah, we need to have the NFTs to really be adopted, and I believe it's gonna happen real soon.
yeah, that's right. I mean, in fact, that's one of our topics tonight is passive income, and you kind of kicked us off into it. I think that overall, that is one way to leverage any type of funds that you have. I mean, you hear it all the time in traditional markets. You want to go ahead and make your money work for you. And one of those ways that you had mentioned was through the gaming. You can actually make a significant profit just stepping back, letting your funds do the work for you. Now, I know that you were in Axie for a little while, right?
Infinity, yeah. I made
Yeah,
money, spent a lot of money too. Man, I just imagine
yeah,
like during the bull market, some of those little digital Pokemon would cost, you know, 2 grand and up, and just people would just farm and just earn SLP. Actually, SLP was a currency of pay. For example, in the Philippines, people were buying food and all groceries, earning in the SOP, but it wasn't sustainable and it was overinflated. But this is a learning experience. We will find ways to uh, maintain sustainability
yeah,
in upcoming coming days and months.
yeah. I think one of the more non-traditional ways that you'll find in the crypto space, and this is kind of similar into life, and um, not too many folks do this, but you do see it at many different levels, and that is through NFTs and collecting, holding on, trying to find where the real value is, and then kind of reselling. And you kind of see that in, of course, the upper echelons with art and the art world, right? But you also see it, of course, in like collectibles. Like right behind you right now, I see that you got something up there. Uh, there it is. Yeah,
Yes,
I
action
feel like
figures.
yeah, there's money to be had in it as long as you're willing to invest, sit on it, and of course resell. Take the time in to do that.
Right.
So
There's changes going on in the NFT space. Just like for example, OpenSea offers a royalty type, like when an NFT project is released, once it gets traded in the secondary market, it's the artist or the owner of the project gets a percentage, a royalty. But what we found out was it wasn't part of it wasn't automated. It wasn't part of a smart contract. OpenSea actually had to manually pay out the royalties, and right now it's not as sustainable to give out royalties. And so I don't know what to. That was like the main incentive for these NFT artists to put out their work out. So there's changes. There's it's evolving. There's uh, ways right now where like an affiliate type of market, if you provide an NFT collection to say like an influencer or a website that has a big following, the influencer or that website can some form receive some residuals off of that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
The royalties overall, I think that what they're seeing is it's not what it was thought out to be. And really have to have a solid NFT to be able to not only get those royalties, you need to have something that is moving around, that is getting a lot of eyeballs on it, making those moves in between sellers to get those royalties back over to you. And you know, as they move from ownership to ownership, that's when you kind of really start to see those royalties come back to you. Overall, though, it is just it's. I don't know that they the overall goal or the end game, it is not what it turned out or thought that it was going to turn out to be. Um, they getting back to the passive income. Of course, you have other ways to do this. And staking is another way to do it. Right? Put your money in, get your 5, 10, 20, 30, dare I say 100, 1,000. I think the question is when you start to see returns in the thousands, do you need to be skeptical? Do you need to walk away? What do you think?
well, yeah. For me, I am in the search of crypto passive income. So far, it's hit and miss. I've made money. I've made money doing this passive income play, but a lot of these, to be honest, a lot of these projects aren't sustainable. Um, it's either with a slow rug. Yeah. So, for example, there was one project called Stable Fund where basically, you deposit money in the project has a trader and they would do bot trading. You don't get the bot. You don't get the bot trading. You just whatever money that they make, you get a percentage out of it.
Yeah.
It
No,
lasted for a
that should.
couple months, and unfortunately, it's not as sustainable. But that's the name of the game. It's almost yeah. You're kind of gambling, but I made money. Unfortunately, it's I wish it would be sustainable, for years, but there hasn't been a project that's that has lasted that long yet.
Sure. Sure. So it looks like we got someone to join us up here. Jay, oh no, he left. I think we scared him away. I think the
Oh,
conversation scared. Oh no, he's back. Jay, Jay, you want to unmute? Join us. Join us live. Talk about NFTs. We talk about passive income. What's your thoughts on the whole topic? Click to unmute.
oh,
Oh, no, he's
oh,
on.
okay.
He's on his way. He's on his way. Okay.
It's on his way. Yeah.
Um, so, I think that passive income certainly makes sense. It certainly makes sense to have your money work for you. But, you know, you take a look at staking, you take a look at the long run, and it's a risk, especially in this space. But I feel like the risk pays off because when you have staking here in crypto, you are looking at an APY, an annual return of potentially in the hundreds, versus traditional markets, which is, you know, 6, 7, 8, 10% if you're lucky. So
Hmm.
um, make your money work for you, but I feel like you could make your money go further uh, in crypto, if you're willing to be smart about it. So staking. Now we
Yeah.
talked about staking. There's other things like reflections, right? And I don't know if you've been a part of any of those projects that offer that bronze, but I have, and it works out. But a lot of cases uh, it's not as high as I think you would like it to be, right? You're seeing that you're getting a 1% reflection, a 2% reflection. That's 1% of the overall sale, right? Of the overall sale, purchase, exchange, usually, depending on how they set it up, uh, basically spread across all of its holders. So you're getting a fraction of that 1%. And I mean, if the project's mooning, then yeah, it's going to be big. But if this steady flow, it is what it is. You have to hold on for the long haul to get those type of returns.
What
Have
if
you
you
been a
increase
part?
your bag? What if you increase your bag
Well,
during that?
it's
Does
like
that
anything
increase as well?
else. Yeah, I mean, it's as your bag increases, as your percentages hold. Yeah, that and crypto guy. Yeah, absolutely. That 1% does go a long way. There's no question about it. So I think that is something to consider. You know, and 1% in the long run, you believe in a project. Why not? Why not get that 1%? You're already there. You believe in a project. Collect while you're just sitting and holding, you know, hodling. So,
Yeah. It. Yeah. There's some projects that I was in that was earning up to 8% a day. I definitely made my money back and then some, but again, as I said, it wasn't sustainable, unfortunately. You
8%
had
a day.
you had these projects called ROI DAP where you put your money in. people, you put in a pot like a TVL, and then it's locked in there, but then you get percentage of that over time. But some of these some of these project wasn't well thought out, and that's fine. We're still in the beginning, right? And the TVL would drain, and the well was dry, and that was it, end of the project. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, that's a shame, right? And unfortunately, you see that. You see that a lot in the space. Where the collapse and the rebuild of new projects. In our space particularly, it's very frequent. It's too frequent. Um, but I feel like we're getting more mature in the space. We're growing. We're getting the right eyes on it. I feel like we've turned the page from FTX and Luna. Thank God. 2022 is behind us. We are looking forward here on out.
yeah.
Um, you know,
I've been rugged so many times. Uh, That's why
yeah,
for me, I do risk capital. I mean, I try to mitigate the risk. You have to. If not, you're gonna get wrecked.
yeah,
And so yeah, just that's cliche. Only put in what you can afford to lose. Um, And when I think about passive income, you really got to be active on that play. Really, it's you got to watch out. You got to say if you see any red flags or some signs of the project. If you got to get your money out if possible as soon as you can. If you see if the project is going downhill, but definitely always when you earn your income, your passive, stash that and wait for another project, or basically put that into some coins that you believe in, Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's my play.
yeah. Well, and that's the long game, right? So I feel like most of us see that Ethereum, the blockchain itself, whether it's Ethereum or whatever you're into, whatever blockchain you're into, you know, being the backbone and being the way to leverage those gains, those gains over a long period of time. I think it would be kind of investing in Coca-Cola in the early days, and I kind of feel like that's kind of where we are. But
Yeah,
getting back to kind of passive income, though, another way to do it, of course, is through lending, and you can actually go through certain firms to lend your crypto, which is very risky. But you're already risky. You're already crypto.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
to get some of those value back that's being lent. So if they're being charged for 8%, well then you get a portion of that 8% back to you. I'm just using that as just an example, as an interest rate. But when you have $1 million worth, $2 million worth, I feel like this is where you're really going to make those gains in the lending game. And margin lending, of course, is just man, margin anything. Margin
yeah,
investing is, man. You talk about risk; it is taking it to the next level, and you got to be
yeah,
very careful because you talked about getting wrecked. Yeah, there is no question about it. That is one
yeah,
way to get wrecked very quickly. It is also the one way to make money quickly. But just as the saying goes, easy money gained is easy money lost. So,
right.
I feel like you
I
continue to leverage and leverage.
Yeah, talking about lending, I tried it out. I tried it out just to see, a couple years ago, and I used Celsius. I
Mm,
borrowed against my Matic, some of my Matic, just $1,000 worth, and yeah, it was I was sweating bullets actually when because yeah, if it dips down to a certain range, you can it can get liquidated, and fortunately it didn't. I was able to pay it back, and what was cool about it, I was just trying to experiment, like what's this lending about. This is not like traditional lending. It's just like you could pay it anytime, or whatever, how much amount. And yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. So once I paid it off, I got my, instantaneously Celsius got my Matic back. Once I got my Matic back, I took it out from Celsius. So um, yeah,
Yeah.
the reason why I liked Celsius back in the days was, man, it seems like it was a long time ago, but it was only a couple years ago, right? But I liked the percentage rate I was getting from holding Matic in there. But then it adjusted. I don't know. I wanted to say it was like 15, and then it dropped to, I don't know, 11. But that point, I moved my money out. Thank goodness moved all my money out of Celsius. But just FYI, I didn't have everything in there. I just wanted to get that percentage. It's I still have mine in my cold wallet. So,
Yeah.
and fortunately, some of the people that we know, it wasn't as savvy. It was locked in, and the bankruptcy went down. So hopefully it'll resolve. But
Yeah,
how
no,
that goes.
I mean Celsius. I mean that's just one of those sad stories. I feel like a lot of the folks that had money in, it's it's in a holding pattern, and hopefully you'll be able to get it back, right?
Right.
Hopefully those individuals will be able to get it back. I was speaking to Panos. Panos, if you're online, shout out to you. I was doing about 90 miles an hour down the road while trying to text to you on TG. He had asked, how long, Panos is with Saitama, by the way. How long have you been in? And, I told him, and he's not relatively new because anyone that's been in it for a year or more, when you take a look at all that you have learned and kind of learned over the past year, talk about the education. Talk about, they say that crypto time, is 10 times the amount of normal because it's trading 24/7, right? Or I guess it's seven times normal. But it just is, it's what you're learning at this point is how to not only get those diamond hands, because if you're here listening to this right now, there is no doubt about it. You got those diamond hands, you've earned it, right? Now, if this is your first day in crypto, well, welcome. Maybe you got in a really good time. This is a low point. And if you start to see these huge gains, if you are coming from a traditional market where you saw 10% in a year and you thought that that was a good year, well, hold on to your seatbelt here because you are going to lift off. You're talking about hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, dare I say, of gains. So,
Definitely. I mean,
yeah,
you and I, we made money. We made money on the bear. I
boom.
mean, I remember like Matic, for example. I got in Matic at 3 cents, and then it took off. Yeah. So
Yeah. I
um,
mean, all the
good
I
time.
don't want to say old time projects because I feel like holy crap, it wasn't that long ago, but like Tron or like, I remember when Avalanche first came on board and it wasn't that long ago, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Avalanche is a top 20. Tron is a top 17. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
absolutely insane how quickly you can go up. And
All right.
when you take a look at a project like Saitama that has all of this value that they're building in, the roadmap is clear, and they're building for the future. It's only up from here, folks. Uh,
Right.
so, but
Yeah. I,
you know,
I
I
want to know more about Seda Realty.
oh man,
Uh, yeah. I mean, I see Seda Swap, Seda Pay, Fang, Seda Realty, and the games. That's what's cool about this project. It has many components, and you can choose your flavor, choose what you like. And
yeah,
when you have an ecosystem, that's gonna make the project so much stronger. So that's the meta. Like I said in previous episodes, other projects, if a project doesn't have its own ecosystem, there'd be other collaborative efforts, other projects collaborating, uh, and for it as to grow together, as to be a part of an ecosystem. That's one way of really like really going up uh, in the charts. So
Yeah.
yeah, so big ups to Saitama for that, and yeah, I can't wait to
Yeah.
to find more about that.
And it's a good balance for them too, right? Because when you take a look at some of the projects, what will happen is they will over leverage themselves. They will go ahead and spread themselves so thin that they cannot manage all of the directions that they're going. We don't see that with this group and with this project. It's obviously well managed. It's well thought out, and they're doing the right thing. And as far as checking them out, right, you definitely want to check them out, SaitamaToken.com if you haven't already. So, looks like we got like someone else who wants to join us. This is Ribzu. You want to join us up on the stage? Oh man, I don't know if it's you or me scaring them out.
No, yeah, because I know we tweeted that invitation.
Yeah, well, join us. It's like finding
Yeah,
the
yeah.
golden ticket. If you could find the golden ticket out there, go ahead and join us up on the stage if you want to. You got something to say?
Right.
Say it. Just keep it PG, folks.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
um,
I want to mention with crypto guy saying the biggest red flag, is no transparency, and that's what I've been seeing. Oh man, so there's a couple of like projects. Like I was saying earlier, projects similar to Stable Fund where you don't get the bot, but the project has the bots. They're trading, and basically you put in your money in, so they use that to use for trade capital, and then you get a return back. But man, there's like for example, there was this one. I don't even want to say their name, but they reached out to an influencer and they raised 2 million in less than 24 hours. BSUSD. I mean, the guy was from Canada. He sounded legit, but the thing is, he wasn't KYC. He wasn't showing his face on camera. But yeah, he raised 2 million and he was gone.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that I didn't put money into that, and now it's just yeah, full transparency, just like what Crypto Guy says. You gotta have that. You gotta at least show your face, and that's what we're doing. So
yeah. No
we
doubt.
got nothing to
Absolutely.
hide.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1,000x. Right. There's no question about it that you know, State Realty is pumping. It's hot. They put the time and the effort to think it out, to get it out there and do it right. Um, when you take a look at what you have in the traditional markets and then how we're executing upon them in the crypto space, I feel like we're way far ahead of what traditional markets are doing. I mean, we have we have a younger, stronger crowd. We have open-minded individuals that are taking us to the next level. We are leveling up, and there's no doubt about it. Crypto is the future. Blockchain is the future, and projects like Saitama is the future. You know, so we were talking about passive income and getting kind of back to it because we digress. Um, you have other things like mining. That is another good way of doing it. Now, this was kind of overtaken by a lot of the folks that got in early. But if you take a look at the price value now, this is no different than it was, call it 4 4 years ago, 3 years ago, right? I can remember back in when it dipped during, well, that was just bad. But when we had COVID kicking off and it brought us down into not even the mud, we were underground, and you had a lot of mining opportunities out there. You take your money, you invest into the equipment, you invest into the infrastructure. This is just another way of turning your cold hard cash, cold hard crypto into more. So,
Yeah.
um,
I can
you know,
attest to that. Remember helium? I bought that helium miner.
I do remember. Are they
Yeah.
still around, Helium? Where
Uh,
are they at?
I haven't paid attention, but I made my money. I made my money. I spent $200 for that miner, and yeah, I made 900. You know.
Yeah, Helium. Let's see if they are still around. Well, they're top
Yeah.
100. Top 100. Let's see how they're doing for the year.
Yeah. I'll be back. Hold on.
Yeah. No. So it looks like Helium overall, yeah, they dipped just like the rest of us, but they are bouncing back just like the rest of us. So, you know, just something to just something to consider here. I just feel like overall, it is it's the way to go. You have all these ways to do passive income, and it can be fruitful for you. Now, you can always have the other way that play it, kind of do the day trading, get in and get out. Of course, it's always best to find that one project that's for you. Someone said lack of transparency. Uh, that is definitely something when you're taking a look at projects you want to avoid. There's no question about it, right? You don't have projects like uh, Saitama, who is, they're out there, they're getting their faces out there. Those are the type of projects that you want to kind of follow, right? You take a look at BRB, we're getting out there, right? We want to make sure you feel comfortable with us, you feel comfortable with our personalities, who we are, our message, and our messages need to be clear, right? And this is kind of the temperature that you need to take of the space. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I ranted to Tex and Will over the weekend. It's just some of these projects that had potential, but the team is not as transparent, and they're not organized. They're not very business like. And some of these projects are unprofessional, and it was just when I tell Tex and Will, it's just like we have the potential of y- like we are much better organized than some of these. It's just so amateurs, and yeah, I just
well,
yeah,
right. And then
it's
we don't want to
really
talk about
frustrating.
that project because we don't do that here. But I hear you. You're right. Um, and unfortunately, it's a lack of, I don't want to say education, but it's a lack of experience in the corporate environment, right? And how one should present, how one not even present, right? Because I just feel like, yeah, shaking hands, kissing babies is a bunch of, if you're a sales guy, you're a sales guy, and that's cool. And if you're a sales guy out there, we love you, we need you. But
It's a skill.
you know, it's a skill. Crypto bronze and I are more about getting it done, service oriented, right? And we come from a very large healthcare organization, and we kind of grew up in the space, corporate environment. And those skills, and you take a look at the skills that the folks at the top of Saitama, they have that, right? They have the driving force to bring them to the next level, and that's crucial. It's important. You take a look at other projects; they have it, but you can tell because they're the first ones to get out there and tell you how it is and what the project looks like. You have that cloak and dagger nonsense. It's it's not the way to go. It just isn't. So
No.
so I hear you, Ron's good points. We're gonna transition this. We're gonna talk about NFTs, some of the good stuff. Russell, if you're out there, we hope you're okay. We hope everything's okay. Russell, if you can hear this, Morse code, what's up? Let us know. Anyways, we're waiting. We'll wait. What's up?
Shout
So,
out to Crypto Bro.
Crypto Bro, yeah, what is up, Bronze? What's up, Bronze?
I know Crypto Bro in another community, and he said he was young. I didn't believe him, but if that's his face right there, yeah, dang, he's young. He got a bag. He got a bag of stuff,
Damn.
and he's a
Well,
BRB holder. Shout out to
and
him.
why not start young? I think that, now's the time to do it before regulations kick in, before it requires you to KYC. You know, why not get in now? Get in now, learn the space. You know, folks like Connor, I mean, man, he's a future. I mean, everyone in the room
Mhm.
right now is a damn future because we know where the space is going. We know where it needs to be. Um, so, but getting back to NFTs, we were talking about NFTs. We thought that it was important to bring it up. Obviously, Saitama has their NFTs. We have our NFTs. We're using our NFTs as utilities. Um, I know that I feel like is the next iteration of NFTs. You hear it all the time, but I don't want to discount the traditional NFTs because I know, and we've talked about this, Bronze, right? Utility NFTs is the future. There's no question, right?
Yep.
You have the ability to take something and use it as a key. We're using it as a membership mechanism. You get this NFT, you have our membership. This is similar to some other projects, but we're leveraging it for buying and selling, you know, traditional products and digital products. Um, but the traditional NFTs, it's not going away. Uh, I mean, that's my take on it, Bronze. What do you
Yeah.
think?
No, it's true. But I'm already looking forward to like the next iteration of the NFTs. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, traditional NFTs is still a thing. You have like companies like Starbucks, which I have like that membership where it like auto reloads when I need to buy more coffee. But they're coming out with an NFT, and it's going to be on the Polygon on Matic. So I joined the waiting list, and hopefully I get one, get an whatever it is, an NFT, Starbucks NFT, and that's gonna really set things off because there's so many Starbucks customers out there, right? So the way I'm seeing it is they're gonna have within their own marketplace within the Starbucks app, and you can buy and sell and trade because I remember, I mean, I would know people would collect Starbucks mugs, have the city edition or whatever. So I'm thinking that's going to be the next, the phase, in the digital, or maybe if you collect a certain amount, you get another tier of membership within Starbucks, or you get a discount on buying coffee or things like that because you're already like earning stars when you buy an X amount of Starbucks, and then you can use those stars for a discount on your next purchase. So I'm thinking that's going to be they're going to do that. I mean, it's the whole collector thing, and they have a wide customer base. Is immense in the world, and that
You know,
that's going to be the next. That's gonna be the thing. That's gonna be really like the mass adoption once they get that going. So I don't know
well,
when that's coming out. Hopefully this year.
I mean, you talk about rewards, a reward system, right? That's built into the utility of the NFT, and this is kind of our spin on things too, right? So we have our BRB Cash, which is a reward system for buying and selling, right? And what that's doing for us is basically creating holders, right? Because when you think about someone who is, say, holding a particular value, whether that value be um, I want to go ahead and get a haircut, right? You go in, you hand a card, they clip it off, right? You're holding on to that value until you get that 10th star, right? Think of it as a reward system that we're basically creating bag holders with. Now, eventually, yes, they're going to go ahead and leverage those rewards and get that free haircut. Now, we're offering much more than that, but you know, the way that we envision it is as you purchase and you collect the rewards being say 2% on the sale or purchase, you can use that 2%. If you're buying something $1,000, yeah, it's fairly significant. $20 in your pocket, you can leverage it to buy, I don't know, whatever it is that turns you on. But most likely you're holding on to it until you're ready to leverage it. And that's kind of our spin on the reward system. But it is interesting to hear that there are projects that are leveraging NFTs in that manner. So, NFTs,
Yeah.
there's a lot more than just the fact that it is a photo or a picture or a GIF or a 3D NFT, right? So,
Yeah. This is what I see. I mean, like insurance or like property deeds as an NFT form, and there'll be a marketplace where you can just you purchase that and you own that because you have the deed in NFT form. Is this what State of Realty is doing? Um, I want to
well,
find out. So,
yeah, I
but
know.
yeah, that's next level right there.
Yeah, but that's a good point, right? Because when you take a look at things that are tangible, right? Things that you own, right? Whether that is property or a car or a boat. I love my boat. But
Yeah,
I feel like what you want is that NFT that shows ownership, right? And if it is a document of sorts or some tangible item, it's something that you could very easily also transfer to someone that gives you ownership and that attachment to that physical real world item. Now, I feel like there are plenty of laws that need to be put in place for something like that, but man, could you imagine? That's pretty damn cool.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I can't wait till that happens. I don't know why it's not happening yet. Maybe waiting for regulation or I know there's smart people out there. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if we thought about this, I'm sure there's people that's already thought about that.
well, it's the normies, right? It's the normies don't get it. The 95% doesn't understand, right? That's what makes everyone in the room right now unique. That's what makes everyone in the Saitama community, every other project that is out there, unique. So, damn the normies. I agree. But we got to get the normies on board. Thank you, crypto guy.
Yeah,
But
crypto guy
yeah,
says it's limited though. Nearly nobody wants to take a crypto payment from me.
well, what are you selling there, crypto guy? You selling SHIB? You selling Doge? You selling ETH? USDC? What are you selling? Bitcoin? The problem is when you take a look at CoinGecko as an example, CoinGecko, not a shout out, no affiliation. There's thousands. What we need is if we are talking about crypto as an asset class, then we need to narrow it down. What the problem is, and Bronze and I were talking about this the other day, is you have other use cases, and those use cases are not asset class. And when you take something that is more of a utility, how do you tax that? I mean, if you have something in real life that forms as a function, how do you tax it? It's not a token, it is not a dollar bill. there is some sort of function along with it. And it's the utility class crypto projects, I think, that is sending the folks in Senate, in Congress, at least here in the United States, right? The question mark, well, how do we do this? It's very complex. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Bronze?
Yeah, it is very complex. I don't even want to think about that, but it has to come. There might be like a universal, yeah. You know, with the G6, they're mustering up something. They're trying to make an agreement. But yeah, it is all coming down to taxes. It's all coming down to countries' taxes. They want to get a piece of the pie, you know. So, but Connor, aka Crypto Bro, says just wait a couple years. Every company will probably take payments from a known coin.
Yeah, well, it's possible, right? I mean, you walk into, you fly, walk in, go into an airport, fly across country, and then take that plane and fly anywhere in the world. When you land, you can go ahead and transfer any type of currency to any type of currency, right? The biggest Western Union in the world are found in airports. Now they're going to take a percentage of that. And frankly, you're able to go into traditional banks and do the same damn thing, at least some, right? That offer those type of services. But they're going to take a big cuts. Now, crypto is no different. There's no question about it. But you have to find the ones that are legit. You have to find the ones that are not, at least here in the States, a big one right now, big concern is money laundering. And when we were talking to our lawyers about how we want to implement our project and how we want to go ahead and ensure that there are ways that they cannot launder the money, because as soon as we become a utility for that, we're shut down. We got people coming, knocking on our doors, locking us up, and then they're taking bronze away because, well, I've already left the country, bronze. Sorry, but sorry, no, that's not true.
Right.
I'll send you a postcard.
But the thing is, money laundering is happening now without crypto.
Well,
Eh,
but it's also highly illegal,
yeah.
right? And if you get caught doing it, well, it's over, you know. And you see that with organized crime. Um, being from New Jersey myself, oh, not Texan whale, Jersen whale. I'm a New Jersen whale. Is that how that works out? Moved down here, Promised Land, Texas, and you know, organized crime. It's a thing, and you see it, and it's rampant. But you see it down here in Texas too, right? And organized crime is everywhere. Money laundering is everywhere, and it needs to be stopped. At least here in the states. I mean, it is what it is. Oh no, Connor is from Jersey as well. You know how you know
Oh,
someone is from New Jersey? They don't say they're from New Jersey. They say they're from Jersey.
there's. Oh, there you go. It's official.
Boom. Connor,
Boom.
you're from Jersey for sure. Uh, happy to have you on board. Nice to meet you, brother. Anyways, so yeah, we have that. I mean, there's a lot in the space that needs to mature. Now, I think the question is, and we talked about this in the past, do we stick with something that is kind of decentralized, or do we move something that is centralized, or is there a happy medium?
I would have to say happy medium.
Hmm.
Yeah, decentralized. In a I would prefer decentralized, but giving with all these rugs and people are getting burned. I mean, you would have to be experienced in to play this type of game. Uh, there's these rug plays, yeah, definitely, but you have these people that are uneducated investors, and yeah, they are getting wrecked, and but they're gonna learn quick. So decentralize, the way I see it, centralize finance or centralized systems companies, they're going to leverage the technology. They're going to have a little bit of decentralization to it, or they're going to apply the crypto, the blockchain technology. I think that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen because there's too much rugs. Regulation is going to happen. So yeah, it's a wild west out there.
Well, I mean, not as wild as it used to be. And you have to report, right? Tax time is here, at least here in the States. And I'm sure it is everywhere else that is, at least in the G6, G7, whatever, G20.
Well,
But, got to report. And you take a risk if you don't. So it's not exactly the Wild West. And I do love the kind of the thought of it still being there because we really are in a lot of instances, but we are moving towards regulation. A lot of regulation is already in place. So, you know, it's just something to be mindful of if you're just getting in the game. Don't think that you can get away with it, especially if you're starting out in a centralized exchange. If you're starting out at a centralized exchange, your money is already being recorded. And if you offload it into decentralized, well, they're going to know where you were last. But guess what? Ledger is ledger. They're going to be able to see your hops along the way. So be very mindful of it. Just understand that why is in part ledger important for governments? They're saying they're not interested, they don't want it. Baloney. They absolutely want it because they want to trace every transaction that you're doing. No better way than to do it on the blockchain. So,
right. And so from here on out, it's we have the trading bot. What I was talking about, trading bot as a service. There's no way of tracing because they have to offload uh, the money on off chain and then put it into the trading bots. From what I found
yeah.
out, that's untraceable. So
Wait a second. Not
if it,
financial advice, folks out
yeah,
there. Just
not
saying.
financial advice. So be careful out there. Yeah, watch out for those types.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, those types won't pass the audit. And yeah, if they won't pass the audit, I would yeah, I would move away. I would avoid it.
Yeah. 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 I mean, unfortunately, it's the world we live in, right? And it goes back to transparency. It goes back to getting out there. If you are part of a project and you do not know the people that are leading the project, you can't see them coming out there at the very least and doing web, kind of webcam, whatever, podcasts, AMAs. They're not getting their face out there. I would say be wary of it because, but it's my take. Um, and I don't know. It's, I think it's just the right way to do business. Understand that we're here for you. And our project is our baby. And if we're not here to introduce you to it and make you feel comfortable with that, then something's wrong. Something isn't right. So,
I want to maybe next episode maybe we can share the screen of the tokenomics and because yeah, it's to me it's genius. Uh, so shout out to you, Texan Will, for creating a good
boom.
tokenomics and system. But yeah, I'm tired of these ruggers, and I'm tired of the professionalism. And I think we had the right ingredients. We're just getting out there more. Yeah, we're continuing to grow our community. So if you
Yeah.
guys watching, check us out at brbinc.us
Do it. Do it. Do it.
market
Yes.
new marketplace.
Yeah. So, a little bit about us. You made it this far. Why not hang out for a little bit longer, right? So, what do? We are Web3 marketplace. Um, we normally on these type of broadcasts we don't. We want the folks coming out here to talk about their projects because what we've seen over the years, years, is that everyone that comes into the space comes into the community rooms and chats, they're always kind of out for themselves. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of it, and I feel like we talk about this. We are truly stronger together, and when you have situations like what we went through last year, the only way we are going to survive is together. Otherwise, we're dying alone. So it's important for us to get together, bring the communities together, and honestly, when you do that, we can actually identify value to kind of join forces. Who knows? One project, two, three become many. So, Hazel Eyes, you just joined us live. You got something to say? You wanna come on board? Hazel Eyes, you are live. Floor is yours. No,
Shy. He or
man.
she.
He or she. I mean, Hazel Eyes could go either way. I suppose I have Hazel Eyes. You can't tell. It's because of the glasses. Oh, they've turned their Turn it off. But I do have hazel eyes. They're bronze. I can't tell.
I don't.
Blue
I thought they're.
eyes.
I thought.
They're
Yeah. I
blue,
thought.
aren't they?
Oh yeah. Blue eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Old blue eyes. I don't know anything
Blue eye.
about old blue eyes. Maybe Connor does. Good old Sinatra. I don't know anything about Sinatra. I'm from Texas. Um, so anyways. Yeah, so our marketplace, yeah, that's kind of what we're focusing on. Check us out. We have our demo going, and Russell, man, where are you? Hope you got our messages. I know that Ray was reaching out to you. Um, maybe you join on the next one. Maybe you join us on a Saturday. Whatever's easiest
Yeah.
for you. Saitama community, Saitama crew, man, Wolf Pack. Welcome. Thank you for
Ah,
joining us tonight. Oh, and listen, one more thing. So we got a lot going on in our space, and what we're about moving forward is, man, we are about sex. That's right, CEX. We are about to go live on a CEX. So more to come on that. Our
boom.
boom, our first CEX, and just gets us. You take a look at our roadmap. We are right on course. Gets us right where we need to be for the future. So, Russell, join us. Come out. We hope you're okay. Saitama Wolfpack, man, we love you. Always have. We've been following you since day one. Well, day seven, but strong, super strong. So, boom. Bronze. Anything else to say to these folks, these fine
Yeah.
folks out there?
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hope you guys catch us next week. We're on here every Thursday.
That's it. Yeah, we got a few lined up for you. So come on boards and join us. All right, guys. Bronze, have a good night.
All right.
Chaitama crew,
Peace.
have a good night. Peace. Later.
Peace.